Right guys, back again. So today I'm going to be talking about the previous trilogy of the Planet of the Apes movies. So of course a new one's just come out, the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, but I recently rewatched the Caesar Trilogy. I think they're calling it the Caesar Trilogy now. So the first one was Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I think I might get this wrong, we'll find out. But I remember seeing this back not too long after it came out, and I wasn't really too big of a fan of the Planet of the Apes movies. I'd seen a few of the older ones. I was aware that there was a cartoon that came on, but I didn't know too much about it. I think I saw the one that came out in 2001 with Mark Wahlberg and Tim Roth and Helena Bonham Carter. I think Michael Duncan Smith as well was in that movie, and none of them really kind of caught me. I think perhaps once again it's one of those things where I'm a little bit too young to really appreciate them, and I knew about the apparent twist at the end of the first movie that came out, I think in the 1960s, which was of course that this is not some other dimension or some other planet. This is Earth, however many years into the future, where humans have destroyed it with nuclear weapons. And I saw the second one, which was a really strange movie. I remember there was a Simpsons reference to it. But you have these strange beings with these large heads that apparently have evolved to such an extent that they now have powers of telepathy and telekinesis. It was a very strange movie. I think I also saw the one with Ricardo Montalban, who played Khan in Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan, second movie in the series, where he's like a circus owner or something, and in short, some of the apes go back. They come from the future into the past, and they end up leaving their child behind, who grows up to be Caesar. I didn't see the one after that, where Caesar ends up leading a revolution against the humans. So when the new Planet of the Apes movie came out, I mean it's not very soon now, it came out in 2011. This is another thing like Mad Max Fury Road. I thought, I've seen these movies when I was younger, they're not too interesting. I'd heard that Andy Serkis was playing Caesar, and I know that he played King Kong as well in the 2005 movie by Peter Jackson. But yeah, I wasn't too excited, and I was really pleasantly surprised, So yeah, so when the movie came out, I wasn't too interested in it, but I was surprised actually how much I enjoyed it. I think they really updated the franchise really well. I mean, I'm not a massive Planet of the Apes fan, but when I saw this movie, I really did enjoy it. I think the opening scene, which is a kind of a portent of things to come, when the mother of Caesar, who is the smartest ape, who is Blue Eyes, I think they call her, ends up breaking into the boardroom where a presentation is being made, and then ends up getting shot by the security guard. And I thought that was, it's a really kind of powerful image. I mean, if you come across a crazed ape, there's not much chance that you're going to have in a hand-to-hand fight. So you're going to need a firearm if this thing is dangerous, if it's going to attack. Anyway, so the movie was pretty good. I think it opens quite well. I think watching it again, and something that I noticed at the time, but which is also true today, I think, is just how good the CGI is. The special effects in the movie are really, really good. And what you see with this trilogy of films is that as they go along, the special effects do get better. So Caesar in the second movie looks better than Caesar in the first one, and Caesar in the third movie looks even better than Caesar in the second movie. So you can see the improvement in technology, I think the amount that they were spending on the movies too, and they all look really, really good. I can't express just how great Andy Serkis is in these movies. When he's talking, even when he's not talking, the apes have facial expressions, and Andy Serkis's Caesar, when he's upset, when he's angry, when he's happy, whatever it is. There's a short clip where Caesar is smiling because he's won a game of chess. There's another one where James Franco's character ends up leaving him at a sort of a local ape shelter, and you can just see it on Caesar's face just how upset he is. Like he's really, really miserable about being left at this place, and it really hits home. I think Andy Serkis did a fantastic job. Also, the moment when I forgot the guy's name, the actor's name, but the guy who played Malfoy in the Harry Potter movies is, trying to fight or torture Caesar, and Caesar talks for the first time. I remember watching that scene, and they did it really well. It's completely shocking, and it's meant to be shocking because, of course, apes don't speak. But that was really, really good. And I think that, however, whatever Andy Serkis was doing, whatever the CGI special effects team were doing, they did it really, really well. I like the facial expressions on the apes are believable. The apes themselves, especially the 2011 movie, you can kind of see it's CGI, but it still looks really, really good. And even the way that they speak, or the way Caesar speaks when he says, no, it was just really good. Because he's kind of speaking in this almost broken English, he doesn't speak too much, it's just a few kind of words here or there, then they did a really good job. It's kind of believable that a chimp in this case could have facial expressions or could speak, and that he might conceivably sound something like that. I think that the characters are really good. I feel like Frida Pinto's character was a little bit superfluous. She didn't, maybe they didn't give her enough to do, but, she was kind of maybe an addition that wasn't necessarily required, though they could have maybe, maybe kind of added a bit more to the character. But there are moments in the movie that really stand out when you see Caesar taken to the redwood forest, just not far from or in view of the San Francisco, was it the Golden Gate Bridge, I think it is. And there's the moment with the dog. So the dog is barking at Caesar, and of course, you think Caesar's gonna control himself, and he's just gonna walk away until Caesar turns around and screams at this dog, and the dog kind of walks away with its tail between its legs. That was really well done. There are particular moments, of course, where you need to be reminded that although this is a clever ape, this is a smart ape, this is an ape. This is an animal. This is something that you're not necessarily going to be able to control. You're reminded of what Caesar is capable of doing because of his intelligence, obviously. And they, also the fact that they're really, really strong. I think a chimp on average has something like 4 times the strength of a adult human. So just the way they did it was really good. I think the way the movie ended as well was fantastic. Of course, they've changed the how it is that that human civilization falls. It looks like they've done it over a shorter sort of time scale, and also they've sped up how quickly it is that the apes end up gaining their intelligence. But I was glad to see it again, and I think that these Planet of the Apes movies are really, they're quite underrated in the sense that they're not really talked about in terms of the great trilogies. But I needed to see them again to be reminded that these are really, really good movies. Every single one of them, not one of them is bad. And given the number of reboots that we've had over the decades, and which are not particularly good, it was nice to see that every one of these movies was both critically and commercially successful. So I'm glad to hear that Planet of the Apes is also, I think, being quite well received. So I think in the next video I'm gonna maybe either go over the other two movies in the Caesar trilogy together, or maybe just the one, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see what I make in my next video. So that's enough for me today, guys, and have a good day. Bye.